Hi guys, it's Susan from Charm Salvage, and in today's video I would like to give you a little tour of my craft room. My organized chaos, my haven, my happy place. I have spent the last week trying to get this organized. I think it's organized as well as it's going to get. Well, maybe not. I've got some cupboards and a closet that could use some additional work, but for the most part I think she's presentable for what we have going on here today. So if you would sit back, relax, and go on this little tour with me and see what I've got going on in my craft room. Here we go. Okay, so let's get started on this craft room tour. So I'm just going to pan the room just to give you an idea of what we've got going on in here. I've never done a moving video before, so hopefully I don't make anyone sick. So let's just start at the beginning. When we walk in the door, on the back of the door, I have lots of fibers that I use in my junk journaling. Over here, I have this grandfather clock. Now, this is not staying in here. This used to house an office that my husband and I shared, and when I retired, I took it over as a craft room. So that clock is going out. It is going to get replaced with my grandmother's antique dresser, and on the top of that is going to go my spool case. Then in the back here is an old antique sewing table that my mother gave me. Got some, I've been here with just some bells and beads and things like that. Now, I love to go to auctions, so you're going to see a lot of auction finds in here. And the first being these three shelves. I got these units at an auction. They did have supplies on them too, so that was a lot of fun. But over here, what you'll see is storage up on the top. I have this basket filled with mosses and grasses. This is filled with embellishments. I don't know if we can take a peek in there, but just lots of embellishments and things that I use in my junk journaling. Over here, I was a Longaberger basket consultant, so I have lots of those baskets. And in here, I'm using this for yarns. And then over here, just some different ribbons that I also obtained at an auction. On the shelving, I have just magazines, bins with different supplies, mostly yarns and fibers on this shelf. This houses books that I use in my junk journaling. Down here are the yarns and fibers, and over here I have lots of material under there. Got some material here in this bin, some primitive quilters magazines that I just love. I can't part with. Love to flip through those from time to time. Basket there with lots of supplies, sari silks that I use in the junk journals, and just other supplies in there. Over here are some books that I just can't part with. Down here is a pincushion collection. So in here are just different pincushions. Down here are some threads and additional pincushions. I love that beehive. I would have to say that is my favorite. I dropped an embellishment when I opened up that basket. Down here on the floor, got this nice colorful rug. Most of my house is decorated in like a boho farmhouse style with lots of sages and grays and that kind of thing. And I opted for lots of color up here. Just love to be surrounded by the color. It just makes me happy. These paper storage racks. I looked for these for months. Couldn't find them, and I walked into Hobby Lobby one day, and lo and behold, they were redoing the store, and these were off to the side with price tags on them, so I snagged those right up. So on here, I have a lot of my junk journals, or art journals, sketchbooks, that kind of thing. All of my paper. Did obtain a lot of these on clearance at Hobby Lobby. Lots of red stickers on those. So here I have my sewing machine clock. Funny story with that, I was at an auction and I actually wanted the lot just for that clock and I didn't get it. So I asked the woman that wanted if she would sell me the clock separately, and she did. So that was a score for me. Up here are birdhouses that belong to my grandmother, my nanny. And on this hutch, My husband and I redid this hutch because I needed more storage in here because, you know, you can never have enough storage in your craft room, right? And on the top here, I have some junk journals that I have made. So up here, I'm going to do a flip through of a couple of these later on. So these, now that one on the end I did not make. That is a Mrs. Coggs journal. I have wanted one for years and I was finally lucky enough to obtain one. These are drawers that belonged in an oak desk. Now I couldn't salvage the desk, but I was able to salvage the drawers, so I did. Got an antique Art Deco style rack there. Cats, I do share this room. My cat Lucy is up here a lot, spends time up here with me when I'm crafting. I do collect those blue ball mason jars, so they're great to keep different supplies in. These drawers house papers and my glue gun, that kind of thing. Lots of papers in here for junk journaling. Over here is my stencils. Love to use those in mixed media. And here is my adhesive cupboard. Lots of glues in here. My Fabri-Tac glues that I enjoy using. Got my Stevie Nicks koozie up there. Was lucky enough to see her in Pennsylvania over the summer. When all else fails, ask Mimi. Mimi. We try to use every space that I have in this craft room for storage. So I've got some paper bins over here. The red one has some Christmas items in it. Over here beside this cupboard, wallpaper samples, some bags, and some other tools. Now this cupboard here was also obtained at auction. So just up here I have some flowers, and do you like the wine there? And then here I have my flowers that I like to use in my junk journals. So lots of flowers in here, over here, and then this shoe collection belonged to my Aunt Laura. So a little tribute there, and a card that I obtained for my mom because I do, in addition to crafting, I kind of have a shoe fetish there. Love my shoes. Down here we have stamps, cards for artist trading cards, and also to tuck into journals, make tags out of them. Additional stamps here, or not stamps, punches, paper punches. Then down here, cards that I have made. Back there are my embossing powders, just jars with different ephemera for junk journaling, cards that have been made for me by friends, and just some additional storage in there with supplies. Now, in this room, we've got the cupboards and we've got the closet. We probably aren't going to go in there because they're more like boxes of shame. I really haven't had a chance to go through those, and they're kind of a mess. So, oh, here I have this snippet roll. Now, I did not make this snippet roll. I purchased this, and I cannot remember where I purchased it from, but I think it is absolutely beautiful. Now, you're supposed to use a snippet roll. You can snip these and like tuck them into journals and stuff, but I just haven't been able to cut into it yet. Maybe one day I will, but love that. My hutch, just have some different things up here that I like. And then here behind those, made those little shadow boxes, and in there are twines, markers, different supplies, more Longaberger baskets with supplies. These are different prototypes that I've made for my junk journals. This has magnets in it and metals. Just different supplies here. All different supplies. This is all of my metals. One of my prized possessions there. And then in here, in this box here, are lots of pencils, inks, distress crayons, gelatos. All those kind of tools are in there. Down below, I have, just different, it's a mess down in there. Lots of envelopes and papers used for junk journaling. Here are just some quilting measurements, squares, and that kind of thing. Now, this was tucked behind there, and I just wanted to show you this. I was lucky enough to get this when my grandmother passed. And when I looked into it, what did I find but quilting squares she had made, and just a really lucky find for me. And I would love to get these framed one day. There's probably half a dozen in here that were completed by her. So a great find for me. And on the other half of our shelf, we have different things here. That right there, that belonged to my dad, so I've kept that. And just adhesives there, different supplies and papers, buttons. These are a group of artist trading cards that I'm working on right now. This is old ephemera, postcards, envelopes, that kind of thing. An old kind of Rolodex there that I'll use for tags. More books that I use in junk journaling. We've got some old time cards in here. And this is full of just different papers and envelopes and stuff for junk journaling, stationery, that kind of thing. And here are more stamps. Those are full of stamps. And we've got aprons here. So when somebody comes over to play with me, I have aprons we can wear, because I'm sure, like a lot of you, I've got clothes with lots of paint splatter on them. So over here, speaking of paint, are my painting supplies. So this is actually Lucy's litter box down there at the bottom. That's what the cupboard originally was for, but I have utilized it in my craft room. So down here I have some cutters, and I have different painting supplies, milk paint. I have acrylics here. This basket here is full of acrylics, and on top of that are chalk paints. I've got waxes. I've got my Tim Holtz distress sprays, mica sprays, my alcohol inks, different watercolors, my iron that I use for ironing paper. Yes, I iron paper. How sad is that? I do that for my junk journals. Ink pads here, and in here are Tim Holtz inks organized in there. Now over here is my thimble collection. It's in an old typesetter's box. And down below that are boxes of stamps. A little blur there. And down below that, that is all jewelry making supplies. So, see if I can move around here without being too wobbly. So over here we've got a shelf with different paints. I've got my painterly paints, DIY paints, chalk paints, all handy right there. And moving around the corner here, I've got that, there's more of that lovely color. I love those bright colors. And here, this is kind of a twin setup. On this side, we have these white cupboards here that I got on Amazon. And right here are DMC, these little storage containers I also got at auction, and they contained supplies. So most of which I have kept, because, you know, you can't never have enough of your crafting supplies. But this is my beading station. So I use these beads in sun catchers. I use them in my junk journals, dream catchers, that kind of thing. These roses, these were in my middle granddaughter's room, and she no longer wanted those, so I just snagged those up. There's a dream catcher. And love the plants. So here's my money tree. I got that as a retirement gift. So in these drawers, lots of beads and jewelry making supplies. I've got a drawer of glitter. We've got sequins, lots of sequins in there, brads, just different things here. I've got these drawers filled with junk journals that I'm working on. And over here is a twin to the other side. In these bins, I keep all of my ribbon. Now, I like to use beading on my junk journal, so I have lots of beading trim in these drawers. And then I also have ribbon. As you can see, they are jam-packed full here. Got a little wobbly there, but they're organized by color. So blue, greens, and purples, reds and pinks, orange, yellows, grays. Then over here are additional ribbons, just miscellaneous. And those three bottom drawers are full of old vintage music paper. So more of those DMC boxes, which I used to house my washi tapes. So I love to use these in mixed media. I use them in junk journals. We shouldn't do that drinking game with how many times you hear junk journals, because I've probably said that a lot in this video. So this bin right here, my husband got for me out of a demo. And I use it to house future junk journal projects. So, you know, when you're gathering things for your junk journals, just some place for them to land. Like here we have baby, mermaid, an owl journal that I'm working on, sewing journal, Asian inspired, and just some different things up here that I like. Love these little purses. I have a couple more of these over on my other hutch. Lighting in here is not the best, but you know, we work with what we've got. I've got my TV because I do like to listen to music when I'm crafting, and I love to have other crafters on when I'm crafting as well. So these stamps are ones that I use on the regular, so I've got them out where I can easily access them. And in here I have lots of laces, and here are just different books and other ephemera that I use in my junk journal making. These ribbons I got, I can guarantee you, probably 99% of them on clearance at Hobby Lobby. Down below are all of my sketchbooks, my pencils, watercolor paper, that kind of thing. Here is a box with a junk journal in it, working on, and a quilt basket, and then wallpapers, borders that I use in junk journals. They make great pockets. And then right here is just a little display of my grandkids' artwork. So Frankie, Isabel, and Tenoch, just some drawings there. And then here we have the closet. I don't think we want to go in there. I can tell you there's an extra chair in there. I have bookshelves with books there. I have bins with stickers, just all kinds of junk journal supplies in there and other crafting supplies. This wall just has some art on it that I've done. This little miniature collection I have had since I was probably 10 years old. My grandmother got me started on those. And then, yeah, so moving around here as smoothly as I can, we have this kitchen island. This belonged in my kitchen years ago, and I thought it would make a great work table, and it does. So got some storage there, bins with different supplies. The drawers have supplies. I like to do my journal flip through videos here. Shelving there, lots of material. Got a ring light here. Project that I want to work on is some gel plates. So I've got some paints here ready to go. Right here is a cart with another obsession, IOD. So I have transfers here. I have stamps here. This isn't everything, but it's quite a bit. Got some molds here. Down below is lots of ephemera. So I have different bins there, and they're all sorted. Stamps and stickers and that kind of thing. And here are tags that I can reuse to make new tags out of. And then this oak cupboard here houses, I guess you would call it my electronics. So I know that's not a very smooth move there, is it? But it's got this oak cupboard here, and on top of it I've got a manual typewriter, a label maker, a Sizzix texture boutique to make textured papers, my Cricut, and a laminator. Of course, my supplies are all in here. Top drawer is all of my Cricut supplies. And then this drawer houses the texture supplies. And then yarns are in there and other papers down here. Let me kind of go right around here and show you this cart here. I do have one more cart, and this cart is my project cart. So I am working on a journal series. I'm going to do about 10 fairy journals. It was going to be 12, but I think it's going to be closer to 10. But this has everything on it that I have acquired for those journals, tags that I have already made, papers that I've chosen, different materials, and that kind of thing. So I can just move this cart around, you know, to my desk, and when I'm working on the journals, everything's at my fingertips. So that makes it really nice. So moving right around here is my desk, which a lot of people may find overwhelming, but I love it. Everything is at my fingertips here. I got my light here. Check out this light. Love that light. Got that out of a demo as well. But back to the desk. I've got a tiered tray here with supplies that I use on the regular. My gessos, matte gel medium, different mediums and glues and that kind of thing. My different pens, pencils, glues. I've got a glass mat here that's easy to clean up. I like to sit here and work on artist trading cards or my junk journals, just anything. Just nice to sit and have a cup of coffee sometimes in the morning. And then I have just all my supplies up here. Different tools, daubers, punches, inks that I use on the regular, that kind of thing. And another little storage unit there. I've got all of my different scissors. That light there belongs to my granddaughter. She isn't here at the moment, but I'm keeping that for her so nothing happens to it. So we're just making use of it here. Here is my sewing machine. I do like to use this when I am doing junk journals. I like to sew on those. So there's some supplies down there and just different supplies down there. This chair, I love this chair. It's green. I love the color. It is so comfortable. Just really enjoy that chair. I've got some storage here on my desk. The bottom drawer houses stuff for a travel journal, photos and stuff, family vacations. The drawer above that is Christmas, and then just miscellaneous supplies. So moving over here, we are just about to wrap this up. Got a mirror here. This was made by my nanny, my grandmother. Picked up this chair at a yard sale for like 10 bucks. Under that is a basket with different yarns. I think most of them are like in the white family. So lots of creams and whites there. So that wraps up the craft room. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope I didn't make it too confusing with my camera skills. But I really enjoy my time up here. It's my little haven, my little happy place. And I hope you have one for yourself. So thanks for going on it with me. Hope you have a great day, and we will see you next time around. Bye.